Good morning everyone. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs. For mobile optimized ebooks, please install GKToday Academy app and you can attempt the quiz in this app and you can read detailed explanation. For regular updates, please join our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. The revision PDF is uploaded on this Telegram channel. You can subscribe to our another channel if you find it relevant. It is Civils Academy. Now let's start. So the first question is, which union ministry has released the next edition of Foreign Direct Investment Policy document? So this has been released by Commerce Ministry. What is FDI? It is Foreign Direct Investment, and recently few amendments were done in this policy, and that is why the new document is released by Commerce Ministry. So DPIIT is the nodal authority in this matter. What is DPIIT? It is Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. So this department is under Commerce Ministry. So last such FDI policy document was released in 2017, and this time this document has released. So this document has been released after a gap of 3 years. Now in case of FDI norms, there is one significant change, and it is that investors from the country which share a land border with India need prior approval from the government. So this is for land border sharing countries. That means investor from these countries. Second big change is that in case of e-commerce companies, that means the e-commerce entities with FDI, such entities need to report the auditing status by 30th of September every year. Next question is, DRIP project is associated to which field? So it is associated to dam rehabilitation. The full form of DRIP is Dam Rehabilitation and Improvement Project. So recently CCEA, that is Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs, approved DRIP phase 2 and phase 3. CCEA is Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs. It is headed by Prime Minister. Now this DRIP project is being implemented with the financial support from AIIB and from World Bank. Recently, World Bank was also in news because of STARS initiative. So it is for the improvement in the education sector. And recently, Union Cabinet approved this STARS initiative for better learning outcomes in 6 states of our country. What is STARS? It is strengthening teaching, learning and results for the states. And it is funded by, that means the financial support is provided by World Bank. Next question is, the Union Cabinet has approved the signing of MOU between India and which country on cooperation in the field of health and medicine? So recently the agreement was signed between India and Cambodia for the cooperation in the field of health and medicine. So this will strengthen the bilateral ties, that means ties between India and Cambodia, and this agreement shall remain in force for a period of 5 years. Now Cambodia is Asian country. The capital of Cambodia is Phnom Penh. Next question is, Cochin Shipyard has signed MOU with its counterpart of which country? So this country is Italy. And recently Cochin Shipyard has signed Memorandum of Understanding for Cooperation, and this has been signed with Italy's Fincantieri. So it is one of the world's largest shipbuilding group, and it is from Italy. So Cochin Shipyard has signed agreement with this for better cooperation in the field of shipbuilding and maintenance. Recently Italy was in news because of I Feel You. So these are the bracelets for social distancing in this pandemic situation. The capital of Italy is Rome. In fact, the headquarters of FAO is also in Rome. FAO is Food and Agriculture Organization. Recently, Italy was also in news as IIT Kanpur and Archaeological Survey of India signed agreement with institutions from Italy for the restoration of historical monuments. Now, ASI is under Culture Ministry. It is Archaeological Survey of India. Next question is, who has suspended the Vice Chancellor of DU, Yogesh Tyagi? So he has been suspended by President of India. This is very rare scenario, and that is why it is important. So he has been suspended as per the provisions of Delhi University Act on the grounds of misconduct and abuse of power. It is important to note that in case of DU, the Vice President of India is the Chancellor of this university. Vice President is M. Venkaiah Naidu, and he is the ex officio chairperson of Rajya Sabha. Ex officio means whosoever is going to be the Vice President will be the chairperson of Rajya Sabha. Next question is YSR Raitu Bharosa scheme, which was in news recently, is associated to which state? So it is associated to Andhra Pradesh, and it is a scheme to provide financial assistance to the farmers. So as per this scheme, the farmer families who own cultivable land will be given the assistance of 13,500 rupees per family. Now, this includes 6,000 rupees under PM Kisan scheme. PM Kisan scheme is a central government scheme. So it is a central sector scheme. Since it is a central sector scheme, the financial support will be provided by the Government of India. Financial support means 100% of the funding is provided by Government of India. And under this scheme, 6,000 rupees are provided to the farming families in the installments of 3. So 2,000 each 3 times. So total 6,000 rupees are provided every year under this scheme. And the implementing authority for this scheme is Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Next question is, which country has offered its F-18 naval fighter jets for the Indian Navy? So USA has offered its F-18 naval fighter jets for Indian Navy. And this proposal was made during recent 2+2 dialogue. This 2+2 dialogue held in New Delhi. Now answer in comment box who participated from the side of USA. From our side, our Defense Minister Mr. Rajnath Singh and External Affairs Minister Mr. S. Jaishankar participated in this event. And during this 2+2 meeting, BECA was signed between India and USA. USA was also in news because of Malabar. So Malabar is a naval exercise which was started in 1992 between India and USA. And later it became trilateral exercise from 2015 when Japan became the member of this exercise. This time, that means in 2020, Australia will also take part in this Malabar naval exercise. Now, these 4 countries, that is India, USA, Japan and Australia, are the parts of Quad, that is Quadrilateral Security Dialogue. Recently, this security dialogue held in Tokyo in Japan. Tokyo was in news because next year it is going to be the host of 2020 Tokyo Summer Olympic Games. Actually, these games were supposed to be organized this year, but they were postponed because of pandemic situation. Next question is, which country has extended a line of credit of $1 billion to the Central Asian countries? So it has been announced by India, and this financial assistance will be provided for the priority projects in the fields of healthcare, energy, IT infrastructure. Now your homework is to read about loan, grant and line of credit. What is the difference between these terms? Please read about it. Next question is, who chaired the 19th meeting of Foreign Trade and Economic Ministers of SCO? So it was chaired by Mr. Piyush Goyal. It was 19th meeting and it was of SCO members. SCO stands for Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Headquarters is in Beijing in China. Total 8 countries are the members of SCO. Russia, China, India, Pakistan and 4 Central Asian countries except Turkmenistan. Few months ago, the Statue of Unity became the 8th wonder of SCO. Statue of Unity is a statue of Sardar Patel and it is in Gujarat. Every year, 31st of October is celebrated as National Unity Day. It is the birth anniversary of Sardar Patel. Recently, Gujarat was also in news as Gujarat High Court became the first High Court to live stream judicial proceeding on YouTube. So 31st of October is celebrated as National Unity Day. Apart from that, 31st of October is also celebrated as World Cities Day. And the theme of this year was valuing our communities and cities. On the other hand, 29th of October is celebrated as International Internet Day. 29th of October is also observed as Psoriasis Day. So it is Psoriasis Day and it is on 29th of October. Next question is, as per the statement of IMD, which monsoon has completely withdrawn from India? So it is southwest monsoon. C. During the time period of April to September, the direction of winds is like this. That is from southwest. So it will create rainfall in these areas. And during the time period of October to March, the direction of winds is this way. So this will cause rainfall in the eastern side of India. So this northeast monsoon is also known as retreating monsoon. Why it is northeast monsoon? Because the winds are coming from the side of northeast. Why previously was southwest monsoon? Because the winds were coming from southwest direction. So do not get confused between this direction concept. Always the source of wind decides the name. Now coming back to IMD, it is India Meteorological Department. It was established in 1875. Headquarters is in New Delhi and it is under MOES, that is Ministry of Earth Sciences. Present minister is Dr. Harshvardhan. Present DG of this IMD is Dr. Mrityunjay Mohapatra. Next question is, which body along with the Ministry of Power has launched Electricity Assess in India and Benchmarking Distribution Utilities Report? So this has been released by Nithya Ayog. And for this, Nithya Ayog collaborated with Ministry of Power, with Smart Power India and with Rockefeller Foundation. So as per this recent report, 92% of the customers reported overall availability of electricity infrastructure within the 50 meters of their residence. And 87% of the customers have access to grid-based electricity. You can quote these figures if you are writing some essay on electricity infrastructure. Now coming back to Nithya Ayog. So Nithya Ayog is the successor of Planning Commission. It is an executive body. Prime Minister is the ex-officio chairperson of Nithya Ayog. Recently, Nithya Ayog was in news because of its collaboration with AWS, that is Amazon Web Services. So, with the help of Amazon Web Services, Nithya Ayog is going to set up Frontier Technologies Cloud Innovation Center. Next question is, which state has decided to launch a special campaign for focused group COVID testing? So, this has been decided by Uttar Pradesh. So, the festive season is coming, and to break the chain of coronavirus, the special campaign has been started by Uttar Pradesh government for COVID testing. Now, in the context of corona, one more state was in news and it is Kerala. So recently, Kerala decided to set up post-COVID treatment clinic. Now coming back to Uttar Pradesh. So recently Uttar Pradesh was in news because Indian tourist statistics was released by Ministry of Tourism. And as per this report, in case of domestic tourist, Uttar Pradesh is on top position. In case of foreign tourist, Tamil Nadu is on top position. Report was released by Ministry of Tourism. Uttar Pradesh was also in news because of Bye Bye Corona. So it is world's first science toon. Science toon means science plus cartoon. So recently, the world's first science toon was launched by Uttar Pradesh Governor, and she is Anandiben Patel. And this science toon is written by Dr. Pradeep Srivastav. And it has been published, that means the science toon has been published by Vigyan Prashar. Next question is, who represented India in the 10th India-UK Economic and Financial Dialogue? So, our Finance Minister represented India in this 10th India-UK Economic and Financial Dialogue. For better collaboration between India and UK, we have UK IBC, that is UK India Business Council. Recently, this council released a report and it is doing business in India. So recently, the 6th edition of this report was released to show how UK entities are doing business in India. That means what kind of problems they are facing and how these problems can be sorted out. So as per this report, Maharashtra has emerged as a state with maximum improvement. Recently, UK IBC was also in news as Jayant Krishna was appointed as the Group CEO of UK IBC. It is important to note that India is the second largest investor in UK. USA is the largest investor. So these were the most important questions. Now we are going to cover important news. First is Manohari Gold Tea. So it is a special tea of Assam. Why it was in news recently? Because recently it made a record and it was sold at the price of 75,000 per kg. So name is Manohari Gold Tea and this tea is grown in Assam. Next is Market Intervention Scheme. So this is a scheme. Actually this is an old scheme and it is a price support scheme for the procurement of perishable items. Now recently Jammu and Kashmir LG Manoj Sinha launched this market intervention scheme for the apple growers. So this is why it was in news. Next is Dr. Trust. So recently Rohit Sharma was appointed as brand ambassador of Dr. Trust. Rohit Sharma was appointed as the brand ambassador of this healthcare company Dr. Trust. Next is Hurricane Zeta. So recently USA was in news because of this Hurricane Zeta. Next is 12th Biosphere Reserve of India. So recently Panna Tiger Reserve was made as a part of MAB. MAB is Man in Biosphere Program. It is a program of UNESCO. This Panna Tiger Reserve is in Madhya Pradesh and it is the 5th Tiger Reserve in Madhya Pradesh. Next is world's longest immersed tunnel. So recently the work, that means the construction work for this tunnel was started and that is why it was in news. So the name of this tunnel is Fehmarn Belt and this tunnel will connect Denmark to Germany and this is world's largest immersed tunnel. Next is Funny Boy. So it is a film by Deepa Mehta. Now why this film was in news? Because this film will represent Canada in the race of Best International Feature Film at 2021 Oscars. Next is Pride Station. So recently Noida Metro Rail Corporation renamed Sector 50 metro station as Pride Station. Now why it is so special? Because it has been renamed and now it is dedicated to the transgender community. Noida is in Uttar Pradesh. Next is India International Film Festival of Boston. So recently late actor Om Puri was honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award at this India International Film Festival of Boston. So this was the 3rd edition. So he was given Lifetime Achievement Award. Apart from that, Saif Vikas Khanna was given Pride of India Award. And Malayalam film Kanthi won the Best Feature Film Award. Malayalam is the official language of Kerala. So these were the most important events. Thank you and that's all for the day.